Legendary astronomer Patrick Moore saw a UFO being filmed while making a documentary during the 1960s, but the BBC edited out, it has been claimed. The allegation was reportedly made by alien researcher Matt Lyons during the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Warminster Thing in 1965. That year people living in the town began reporting a large number of strange noises and paranormal sightings. Mr. Lyons revealed a story from a local reporter called Arthur Shuttlewood, who broke the original story about the bizarre sightings which made the town a mecca for UFO spotters. Mr. Shuttlewood spoke to Sir Patrick, a well-known UFO skeptic, on January 31, 1969 when he spent the evening stargazing with his film crew, the Daily Express reports. Mr. Shuttlewood wrote that Sir Patrick and his crew spotted something they couldn't explain and that some of their watches stopped when they arrived at the site. He wrote, "Just after a satellite arced from north to south, the attention of the cameraman was drawn to an orange glow that developed into an ellipsoidal craft flying low in the opposite direction to the satellite. It then flared into a glowing brilliance, as it glided unerringly and silently towards the darkened cop saddling Cradle Hill." He wrote that Sir Patrick said he would not call them UFOs, but that they were nonetheless simply fascinating and inexplicable light formations. Mr. Shuttlewood wrote, "There was no doubting the reality of his being wholly mystified, and the producer later sent me a letter thanking me for giving them an unforgettable and wonderful experience." The reporter later claimed the final cut of the BBC documentary made by Sir Patrick had not shown his shock at what he saw, or the actual footage. A BBC spokesperson said, "We have a lot of things in the BBC archive, but no aliens or flying saucers."
Libertines frontman and huge QPR fan Pete Doherty shared the Soccer M sofa with Charlie Austin this morning, and what followed was rather bizarre. Despite rumors of a summer switch away from Loftus Road, Austin stayed with the championship outfit, after hitting 18 goals in their relegation from the top flight last season. Doherty, well known for being a die-hard Ranger, brought his guitar along to the Soccer M studios and played Austin a tune to thank him for his loyalty. The sound had to be muted several times as the musician spoke during his appearance. Clearly a little uncomfortable, Austin laughed it off, but the watching public weren't necessarily impressed by Doherty's appearance.
Rita Ora was reduced to tears in the third episode of this year's X Factor, when she had to cast the deciding vote. The 24-year-old singer, one of the latest additions to the judging panel of the ITV singing competition, had to cast her vote as to whether to send 24-year-old dental nurse Sheann Phillips through to the boot camp stages or end her journey on the show. Phillips' performance of Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing split the opinions of judges Ora, Simon Cowell, Cheryl Fernandez-Versanay, and Nick Grimshaw, and left her aspiring career hanging in the balance. Viewers will have to wait and see what Ora decides in the latest installment, which airs on ITV1 at 8:15 p.m. tonight. Ollie Maz came face to face with his doppelganger Jamie Benkert, a healthcare assistant from Southend. The 24-year-old hopeful initially wanted to impress the judges with his rendition of a Maz-inspired track titled Dance All Night, to which Fernandez-Versanay said, "Is that by Ollie?" Cowell remarked, "Listen Jamie, it's like you've been watching Ollie for years. Have you ever watched a movie called Single White Female? Ollie, you'd better watch it tonight and lock all your doors." Other acts hoping to make the grade include fire-eating duo Flaxon, Jordan Rhodes and Steph Dobson, who perform Calvin Harris and Rihanna's song We Found Love, Newcastle singers and Blythe and Isle of Man native Simon Lynch, who takes on Beyoncé's If I Were a Boy.